afternoon's game, we'd like to take the opportunity to recognize 17 senior student athletes on completing their outstanding athletic careers at the university. Andrew Bortz is a wide receiver. Andrew Bortz is a wide receiver and holder from Madison, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents, Charles and Kim. Aeneas Cohen is an offensive lineman from Jacksonville, Florida. He is accompanied today by his mother, Alana. Noah Costantino is a wide receiver from Akron, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his father, Jerry. Gino Ferrano is a running back from Chesterland, Ohio. He's accompanied today by his parents, Joe and Karen. Gino Ferrano is a running back from Chesterland, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents, Joe and Karen. Jake Hill is a defensive back from Wesley Chapel, Florida. He is accompanied today by his parents, Dave and Stacy, and his brothers, David and Patrick, and sister, Emily. Anthony Kendall is an All-OAC and academic All-OAC defensive back from Port Richey, Florida. He is accompanied today by his parents, Andre and Castine, brothers Andre, Amari and Arion, and girlfriend Skylar. Max Lambert is a tight end and short snapper from Tressel Field, Michigan. He is accompanied today by his mother, Angela. George Newcomb is an All-OAC and academic All-OAC offensive lineman from West Seneca, New York. He is accompanied today by his parents, Terry and Paula, and brother Michael. Jake Novak is an academic All-OAC receiver from Oregon, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents, Scott and Patty. Dylan O'Donoghue is a linebacker from Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. He is accompanied today by his parents, Timothy and Teresa. Matt Simpson is a linebacker from Painesville, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents, Bob and Terry. Devin Slocum is a defensive lineman from Cincinnati, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his grandparents, Robert and Tina, and watching from home, his mother, Yolanda. Frank Sukup is a defensive lineman from Painesville, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents, Frank and Tina. Matt Staley is a wide receiver from McDonald, Pennsylvania. He is accompanied today by his parents, Chris and Carol. Darius Stokes is a wide receiver from Canton, Ohio. He's accompanied today by his mother, Lori, sister, Octavia, girlfriend, Faith, and in spirit, his late father, Ronald Jr. Jimmy Vargas is an offensive lineman from Palmetto Bay, Florida. He is accompanied today by offensive line coach Dean Cullen. Reese Flamer is a quarterback from Oregon, Ohio. He is accompanied today by his parents Jeffrey and Jennifer.
band is directed on the field by drum majors Brianna Bell and Hannah Fuller. The color guarded twirlers are under the leadership of Dr. Julie Newcamp and Holly Sapienza. The pregame drill moves are written in the style of patterns and motions to honor BW alumnus Bill Moffitt. At this time, we ask that all fans please rise, kindly remove your caps as we honor America and those who protect our freedom at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem as it is performed by the BW Marching Band. Please remain standing and join in the singing of the Baldwin Wallace University alma mater.
And welcome to Finnie Stadium in Tressel Field on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University as we get set for Baldwin Wallace football action. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza. Glad to have you along here on BWYellowJackets.com as we get set for this Week 10 matchup in the OAC. 10th and final regular season game for Baldwin Wallace as it hosts Senior Day and Veterans Appreciation Day here against the number 2 team in the country, the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Last Saturday, BW rallied from a 13-0 fourth quarter deficit to defeat Heidelberg 21-20 in its first overtime game since 2016. Now, Mount Union claimed their 33rd OAC title with a 34-28 win over John Carroll University. They did that at home as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets come out onto the field here at Tressel Field. Now, these two teams have met 59 times on the gridiron. The Purple Raiders lead the all-time series 37-21-1, including winning the last 26 contests. The Yellow Jackets' last victory here in Berea, you have to go back to 1991. That's also the last time the Purple Raiders lost an OAC road game. BW won that game by a score of 21-8. Temperatures in the mid-30s here in Berea, Ohio. Snow flurries, yes, snow flurries here in the month of November, slightly falling, but that should not have much of an effect. The wind is blowing a bit, but it is just an absolute great day for football here in Berea in the OAC. Captains for both teams out on the field.
Welcome to the final game of the season. Congratulations on being selected as captain for your team. Mount Union, you're the visiting team today. You get to call tails or heads. He calls heads. Has won the toss, and is elected to defer their choice to the second half. Baldwin Wallace will receive the ball in the south end zone.
So BW will get the ball to start off the game as Mount Union winning the toss and deferring. So the Yellow Jackets will get first crack in this game. BW head coach Jim Hilvert, 7th season at BW with a record of 36-14, 29-13 in the conference, and he's in his 14th season overall coaching, 103-39, but is 0-4 against Mount Union. Mount Union head coach Jeff Dart in his 3rd season for the Purple Raiders with a career record 26-1 and an OAC record of 2-1. He's 0-1 against Baldwin Wallace. Yellow Jackets will get the football. They'll receive it on the south end of the stadium. That'll be towards the scoreboard as they will be in their home brown and gold uniforms with the white helmets. The Purple Raiders clad in their all white with purple letters and numbers, and the purple helmet with Raiders on top of the helmet. Just an absolute great day for football, Senior Day and Veterans Day here at Baldwin Wallace University. Back to receive the kick for BW. It'll be Mike Love. So we're just about ready to go as Mount Union getting ready to kick the ball away as they have it teed up at the 35-yard line. Great atmosphere. Week 10 of the OAC, the number 2 team in the country. That is Mount Union taking on BW. BW with a win could take a share of the OAC title. As the ball is approached, it's a high end-over-end kick, and it'll be taken at the 5-yard line. They'll bring it out to the 10, 15, 20, and Love will get it over to the 19-yard line. For the Yellow Jackets, Joey Marasek will be your quarterback. John Murray, your tailback. The receivers, Novak, Lomeo, Arnett, and Schrock up front. Newcomb, Messenger, Reed, Vargas, and Bryan. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. Play action fake. Pass is caught over to Darius Stokes. He'll get out to the 25-yard line. Coming in on the tackle, Derek Bradley coming in on the tackle. Nice little open field pass on that right side as the Yellow Jackets in their first possession of the ball game. They'll move their tight end to the far right side. On the handoff, John Murray Jr. gets it to the 27-yard line. It'll be up a 3rd and a short 1. BW on 3rd down, 42% 6th in the OAC. The Yellow Jackets come into this game averaging 28.3 points a game. But the defense for Mount Union gives up 6.4. 10 on the play clock. 3rd down and 1 at the 28-yard line. Marasek, play action, rollout to the right side. Gets it to John Murray Jr. He'll pick up the 1st down as he gets it out to the BW 45-yard line. A pickup of 17 on the play. Mason McMillan coming in on the stop. So it brings up a 1st down. Ball spotted at the BW 45 as they go right to left. Marasek out of the gun. Empty backfield. 3-by-2 set. Gets the snap. Looks downfield. Pass in and out of the hands as it was intended for Vinny LeMayo. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 with the ball at the 45. Marasek had some time to throw the football. Just kind of threw it a little bit low to the intended target. On 2nd down and 10, ball spotted again at the 45-yard line. They bring one in motion to the near side. It'll be Murray again, busting through the line of scrimmage. He'll get out to the 47-yard line before he is brought down by Jacob Scott. Jesse Vale also coming in on the tackle. Vale on the year, 27 tackles. Murray this year, 856 yards, with 7 touchdowns. Snow continuing to fall lightly here on 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. Marasek looking over the defense. Gets the play call from the sideline. 4 on the play clock. They've got to get this one off, and they do. He's going to look to throw. Heavy rush was going to the outside. The receiver, Darius Stokes, ran a down and in, and the pass was a down and out. And that'll bring out the punting unit for the Yellow Jackets. And the punter for BW, Dylan Kuhlman, back at his 20 or 32-yard line. And Mount Union will send Orrin Finley back to receive. Kick is away. Good spiral. It'll bounce at the 20, and it'll get a BW roll inside the 10 as it rolled towards the 5, and it'll be downed at the 5-yard line on a very good kick. Vinny LeMayo downing the punt. And now it'll be Mount Union with the football. Braxton Plunk is your quarterback. DeAndre Parker, your running back. Manley, Lawson, Finley, Ruby are your receivers for the Purple Raiders. It'll be 1st and 10 with 11:53 to go in the opening quarter. Mount Union back at their 5. On the pass, goes incomplete. It was intended for Wayne Ruby. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Mount Union Purple Raiders with 11:50 to go in the opening quarter here from Finnie Stadium and Tressel Field. Mount Union on the year, averaging 50 points a game, 3rd in the nation, 1st in the OAC. Plunk, the quarterback out of Plant City, Florida. It's thrown for 2,800 yards, fires the pass. It is caught at the 10. Jaden Manley coming up with a catch, gets taken out of bounds at the 12. It'll be a pickup of 7 on the play. Took his time, got the ball to the outside and hit his receiver. Now it brings up a 3rd down and 3. Mount Union on the year, 50% on 3rd down conversions, 19th in the nation in Division III. They'll set it up with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Plunk looks, dumps it underneath. The catch is made. It'll be a 1st down catch as they get it to DeAndre Parker, the senior out of Crystal River, Florida. And he'll pick up the 1st down on the little outlet pass right up the middle of the field. And Mount Union goes tempo. Don Tromba coming in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. This drive started at the 5. Braxton Plunk looking out and barking over the defense, barks that signal out, drops, looks, throws, good catch at the 25-yard line. The mark at the 26, and again they go to their Orion Finley. Orion Finley coming up with the catch. That's his 21st of the year, 13 touchdowns, 14.4 yards a catch this year as the flakes of snow continue to fall here in Berea. Adam Mendoza along with you on BWYellowJackets.com. This drive for the Mount Union Purple Raiders started at their 5-yard line. 2nd down and 4 for the Purple Raiders. Number 2 in the country, quick hitter. On the outside, it's caught by Manley. Manley getting a block, gets around a defender. He'll get out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 9 yards and another 1st down for the Purple Raiders as, again, they go tempo. Purple Raiders with another 1st down. This is the 4th play of the drive. On 3rd down, Mount Union 1 of 1, another dump underneath, a big hole there for DeAndre Parker. He'll pick up another 1st down and 13 yards on the pass play. Very wide open in the middle of the field of that linebacking core. Mount Union getting close to that midfield area. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right with 1 in the backfield. Plunk is going to look to throw, fires a pass, incomplete as it was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Noah Beaudry, and good defensive coverage there by the linebacking core of BW. Vontae Jackson, the junior from John Hay in Cleveland, coming up with the play. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock at 9:13 to go in the opening quarter. No score here. Plunk, quick toss over to that far side and a good trip up as they got it to DeAndre Parker, and a very good open field tackle being made. And Alden Steele coming in to make the play and a good open field tackle, and it brings up a long 3rd down and 9. Mount Union 1 of 1 on 3rd down conversions as they load 3 wide receivers to the near side. Braxton Plunk out of the gun. He'll have Parker to his left. High snap, brings it down, fires the pass. Could catch underneath on the slant. Catch was made by Edwin Reed. They needed 9, and they picked up 14 as they got it to the BW 35-yard line with 8:23 to go here in the opening quarter. This drive starting at the Mount Union 5-yard line. And those slants up the middle, those passes up the middle have been very open for the Purple Raiders. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Once again, they'll go quick. Nope, it's a delay handoff to Parker, but he gets hit. And Vontae Jackson comes up with the tackle, but the fight of the 2nd and 3rd effort gets him to the 30-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and 5 for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line of BW. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Looking to throw again. Pass open, complete, as that catch was made by Wayne Ruby, the senior out of Pembroke Pines, Florida. 1st and 10 as Mount Union finding the open receivers on the underneath route. Braxton Plunk looks over the defense, drops back 3, looking for a corner route, has a receiver open, and it is incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of Jaden Manley. He was running towards the corner. That should have been caught, and it fell out of his hands. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Purple Raiders. Seven minutes remaining in the opening quarter. This is the 12th play of the drive for Mount Union. 4 wideouts, 3 to the left, 1 to the near side. Parker is to the right of Plunk. Little swing pass to Parker. He'll get out of bounds, but he crosses the 15. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 13-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd in a mid-range area for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. 3rd down and 6. .6:39 remaining in the opening quarter. Mount Union on this drive, which started at the 5-yard line, their 13th play of the drive. Plunk is going to look back, looking over the defense, fires up the middle, had the defender turned around, and a touchdown catch is made. Jaden Manley from Columbus, Ohio, comes up with the catch, and Mount Union gets on the board with 6:18 remaining, leading it 6-0. And the defender was looking to his right. The pass was thrown to his left, and it was a wide open Jaden Manley. Now getting ready for the extra point will be Picarella. That kick is up, and it is good. 6:18 remaining in the opening quarter. And Mount Union takes a quick 7-0 lead on a big drive. 14 plays, 95 yards. Today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. By Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews of Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. Stokes and Mikhail Love. Mikhail Love will be back to receive the kick from Elliott Warner. High end over end kick. It'll be picked up at the 5-yard line. As it'll be picked up by Love. Love getting out to the 25-yard line before he is taken down by Lance Mitchell. So Mount Union on that last drive, 6 first downs. They go 95 yards for the touchdown and lead it 7-0. Now let's see if the Yellow Jackets can answer the call. Marasek, the junior from North Royalton, the transfer from the University of Akron. He'll have 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 on his hip to the near side. Marasek looking, gets to corner, gets to the 30-yard line to the 31. He'll pick up 4 yards on the play. .5:55 remaining in the opening quarter. Mount Union going 95 yards for the first score of the game. Marasek on the year, 1,189 yards passing. Has completed 51% of his passes this year. 7 touchdown passes. Now they give it to Murray. Murray gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Von Factor was a factor on that play. The sophomore from Fairhaven, New Jersey, has 23 tackles, and he comes up with the play that time, and it brings up a 3rd down and a mid-range 5 for the Yellow Jackets. BW, 1 of 2 on 3rd down conversions so far in this afternoon's game. 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Mount Union leading it 7-0. Marasek with a 2-by-2 set. Murray to his left. Quick pass. Caught. Catch is made by Darius Stokes. It'll be a big first down for the Yellow Jackets at the 44-yard line. Good composure there by Marasek, and Stokes coming down with the catch. Stokes on the year, 25 catches, averaging 14.1 yards a catch. Yellow Jackets coming up with a first down with 4:40 to go in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 at the BW 44, looking to answer the score from Mount Union. Conwell out of the backfield. They'll go with a 2-by-3 empty backfield set. Marasek looking to throw. Fires up the middle. Pass incomplete. Almost picked off as it was off the hands of the receiver Darius Stokes. He was hoping for a pass interference call. Ball went away and luckily did not get into the hands of a Mount Union Purple Raider defender. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Marasek had good opportunity to throw the football as Stokes was calling for that pass interference call. Once again, Yellow Jackets on the attack, empty backfield. 3 wide receivers. They'll bring Murray back to the in the up back position. Play action. Marasek looking to roll, and there are just 3 Mount Union Purple Raiders right there to meet him up. Rossi Moore, the sophomore from Lima, Ohio, comes in to make the tackle. Now it brings up 3rd down and 10. Mount Union read that play perfectly. They saw Marasek running on that near side, and he just had nowhere to go, and he went for the easy slide. Now on 3rd and 10. BW 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. They need to get it out to the Purple Raider 46-yard line. Marasek dropping back 3, heavy rush, looking, firing down the middle. The pass in and out of the hands as it was broken up by a Mount Union Purple Raider defender. Coming in to make that play was Ian Sexton, the senior out of Dover, Ohio, as that pass was intended for Vinny Lomeo. Finley will be back to receive the football along with Jay Farrar, as BW looking to punt this one away. Good snap. Kick is away to the far right side. Fair catch signal is made at the 22-yard line by Farrar, and so the Purple Raiders will get it 1st and 10 at their 22-yard line in their second possession of the ball game. 7-0. BW down to the Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders on their opening drive drove down 95 yards for the score. Now they'll have it in much better position at the 22-yard line. Mount Union averaging 192 on the ground, 44th in the country, but they're 3rd in the country in passing with 338 yards. They average 531 yards a game. 1st and 10 at the 22. Another quick swing over to DeAndre Parker. Parker at the 30 and gets out of bounds at the 31-yard line. DeAndre Parker coming in, 44 receptions on the year, averaging 9 yards out of that backfield, 409 yards before that catch, and it was an 8-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and 2 now for the Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders number 2 in the country. They'll load up 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Looking to go heavy rush from the outside. Rolls. Pass is caught on the near side at the 44-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 45. Boy, a lot of presence and composure there by Braxton Plunk. And that good reception there being made by the Purple Raiders at the 45-yard line. .3:23 to go remaining in this first quarter of play. On that last catch, brings the ball to the 45-yard line. Purple Raiders will have Plunk in that backfield. They'll move one in motion. That's Manley. Handoff on the draw. They get it over to Parker. Parker getting into the secondary as he gets it out to the BW 42-yard line, and a huge first down of 13 yards on the gain. Mason Levesque coming in to make the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Mount Union on another long drive. 1:44 remaining in the opening quarter, up 7-0. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Braxton Plunk looks over the defense, has Parker to his right. Defense for the Yellow Jackets backing up a bit. Now they try to press coverage. Looking to throw again, crossing pattern through the hands of the intended receiver, Finley, the senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Orion Finley had that if there would have been a defender in the area, possibly a pickoff for BW. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 10. So far, Plunk 12 of 16 for 118 yards in the game. He's going to look again, fires a pass underneath. Parker getting it at the 40, breaks a tackle as he gets to the 36-yard line. Boy, he is that outlet man that Plunk is just really going after. Now Plunk 13 of 17 in the ball game. 3rd down and 3 now for the Purple Raiders with under a minute to go. Clock down to 44 seconds. Play clock is under 10. Little swing pass to the outside, and they're going to be short as that swing pass was sent out over to Echeverry, and he was bottled up. He'll get stopped at the 35-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th and long 2, but the Purple Raiders are going to say, try to stop us, as they now face 4th down. And on 4th down conversions, they're at a 67% clip, number 1 in the Ohio Athletic Conference. And that is going to be it for the first quarter of play. After 1 quarter of play here from Berea, Mount Union leading it 7-0 as these two teams battle it for the top spot in the OAC. Today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk insurance leaders since 1893. Chuck Rotuno and OEC Connection, LLC, your global automotive technology provider. By Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. As we get set for the second quarter of action, Adam Mendoza along with you here on BWYellowJackets.com. Mount Union to start the second quarter. They'll have it at the BW 34, and we'll have a 4th down and 2. They need to get it to the 32-yard line. Tight end to the near side. Handoff, Parker. Parker gets bottled up, but I think he's able to squirt by for the first down. BW says they held. Let's see what the officials say. And we're going to have a flag thrown from the backfield. Let's see the spot of the football. Well, let's see. It looks like the initial indication may be that the penalty is on Baldwin Wallace, and Baldwin Wallace may have come up with the stop. Let's get our call from the official today.
Official timeout for measurement.
So they'll have a measurement, and it is going to be very, very close, but there was a flag thrown in the defensive backfield. BW thinks that they were able to make the stop as the chain gang comes across the field to get that measurement. They're going to be short. BW holds by the length of the football.
The ruling on the field is a run for short to line the game. It is a turnover. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 2. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. And that's number 2's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in the game for disqualification. First down.
So it'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct on BW, on Robbie Williamson. That'll push the ball back. So BW holds defensively, but they get tacked 15 yards, the first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for Robbie Williamson, the senior out of Columbus Beechcroft High School. So that'll put the ball, instead of having it at about the 30, they're going to have it at the 17-yard line. But BW holds on this possession. Very good play by the defense. Just underway here in this second quarter. Marisak will have Murray out of that pistol formation with 3 wide receivers to the far left side. Murray bouncing to the outside at the 20, 25, 30. gets headhunted down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 20 yards on the play. And tempo is the tempo for the BW Yellow Jackets. They'll go tempo offense. They get it out to the 40-yard line. Murray on a big run, gets it again. He'll cross over the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9. Tight end to the right. Quick pass on the outlet. They get it to Arnett. Arnett crosses the 45-yard line. He'll be taken down by Derek Bradley. Elijah Arnett out of Akron, Ohio, coming up with the catch this year. 30 receptions for 396 yards, 3 touchdowns, 13.2 yard average. Brings up a 3rd down and 4. BW 2 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. Marasek is 3 of 7 on the day throwing the football. Empty backfield. Throws downfield, miscommunication on the play as Marasek threw it to about the 20-yard line, but the receivers were held up at the 40-yard line. 2 times in the last couple of possessions there was mix-ups in the receivers and their routes. Kuhlman is in to punt for the Yellow Jackets. Kuhlman averaging 41 yards a punt this afternoon. Wobbly snap, runs it to the near side, but gets it away on a good kick. And we'll have another fair catch being made by Finley. And BW will pin the Purple Raiders inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. First and 10 for the Purple Raiders with a 7-0 lead. 13 minutes remaining in the opening half of play here from Tressel Field. Wind will be at the backs of the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Braxton Plunk looks over the defense. Late add-on. They give the ball to DeAndre Parker. Breaks a tackle as he gets to the 35-yard line. And he'll be shy after he picks up about 7 yards on the run. DeAndre Parker, 5 carries, 33 yards. He's averaging 6.6 yards a carry so far. Game time temperature, 40 degrees here. Braxton Plunk, 14 of 18 for 126 yards with a touchdown. Looking to throw again, crossing route underneath. Edwin Reed could not hang on as it was thrown behind him, and it goes incomplete. Mount Union coming into this game 8-0 in conference play. BW, Baldwin Wallace at 7-1 in conference play. Also tied at the number 2 spot is John Carroll at 7-1. Now Plunk is looking to throw. He's got room up the middle, and he's going to slide easily at the first down marker, which would have been the 28-yard line, and he picks up the first down, I believe. So it'll be a first down for the Purple Raiders. BW on the day, 140 yards total offense, 126 in the air. .11:40 remaining in the first half. Plunk looks quickly, swing pass over to DeAndre Parker. He'll pick up a couple yards as he crosses over the 30 to the 31-yard line, and a 2-yard pickup, 3-yard pickup, excuse me. Second down and 7 now. Second and 7 at the 31-yard line. Mount Union has moved the ball up and down the last possession that they had. BW held on 4th down. And the run is off to number 25, Echeverry, and he picks up a couple of yards on the play. So it'll bring 3rd down and 6 for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union, 3 of 4, 75% so far in this game. Ball at the 32-yard line, looking for the inside pass. Has a receiver, and it goes incomplete. As it was passed, and we're going to have a penalty go against BW as Edwin Reed was lit up like a Christmas tree, and a flag was thrown after the hit. So instead of having a 4th and long, it could be an automatic 1st down for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Let's get our call from the official.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, defense.
Unnecessary roughness call against BW, and that'll give the Purple Raiders an automatic 1st down as they'll spot the football at the 47-yard line. BW getting players laid out on that defensive side. Wayne Ruby will be a receiver on the near side. They go tight to the far side. 1st and 10 at the Purple Raider 47. Handoff to Echeverry following a block. He'll get to midfield, crosses the midfield stripe, and rumbles his way to the 47-yard line. Echeverry getting his 2nd carry of the day. Clock winding down to 9:54 in the first half of action. 2nd down and 5 after a gain of 5 on the play by Echeverry. He'll be in the backfield. Pistol formation for Mount Union. Tight end to the near side. 2 receivers on the near side. On the draw, they get it to Echeverry, breaks into the secondary at the 30, down to the 20, and finally brought down by Vontae Jackson. 27 yards on the run. This is a big play Mount Union team. Now they'll go pistol formation once again. Echeverry on the year averaging 20 yards a game, 5.1 yards a carry.
So foul for delay of game as there was 8 seconds left in the play clock.
No foul on the play after it was thrown from the back, Judge. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Purple Raiders at the 20-yard line of Mount Union. It'll be Plunk keeping it. Rolls, falls ahead over the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Getting chippy out there on the field here at BW. Alden Steele coming in to make the tackle. 8:28 remaining in the second quarter as Mount Union leads it 7-0. It'll be a second and a long 3 yards. Echeverry to the left of Braxton Plunk. Drops back 2. He is getting out of a tackle. Fires a pass and it goes incomplete. Oh, great defensive effort there by Anthony Kendall out of Port Richey, Florida, and River Ridge High School as he came on the safety blitz. It'll be 3rd down once again for the Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders 5 of 6 on 3rd down today. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Mount Union will have 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Braxton Plunk looks over the defense, looks, heavy rush, fires in the corner end zone, goes incomplete. Good defensive play there being made by Brandon Kelly out of John Hay High School, the sophomore at 5'8". Edwin Reed was the intended receiver, and that'll bring out the kicking unit for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Picarillo will come out for the attempt of the field goal. The ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. It'll be a 31-yard field goal. He's 1 of 2 from 30 to 39 yards. Snap, set, kick is away. It's got the distance, and it is going to be good. So with 7:56 remaining in the second quarter, Mount Union getting on the board. They lead it 10-0 here from Tressel Field. You're watching Yellow Jacket football on BWYellowJackets.com. Today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. By Mark's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And by Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Adam Mendoza along with you here on BWYellowJackets.com as Mount Union getting a field goal from Picarillo, and they lead it 10-0 here in the second quarter of play. Warner back to receive the kick for the Yellow Jackets. High end over end kick. It'll be short, taken at the 8-yard line. On to the near side, 25, and an open field tackle. Good tackle being made by Brandon Janssens. So the Yellow Jackets will take over. 1st and 10. They'll have the ball at the 27-yard line. BW so far in the game, 40 yards passing. And 34 yards rushing. Marisek, 4 of 9 for 40 yards. He'll hand the football off. On the run is DJ Griffiths. And he'll come up with a couple of yards, maybe a yard on the play. Second down and a long 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball spotted at their 28-yard line. Trips receivers to the far side of the field. Play action. Pass. Caught on the outside. It is made by Tim Conwell. Conwell picking up his 13th catch of the year, averaging 15.5 yards a reception. Marasek now 5 of 10. Third down and 8 at the 29, 6:48 to go until halftime. Mount Union leading it 10-0. Marasek, shotgun snap, drops back 3, heavy rush, fires. Again, miscommunication. Not sure if it's the receiver or the quarterback. The wide receiver for the Yellow Jackets, number 7, Darius Stokes, was streaking down the sideline, and the pass was 10 yards underneath. We've seen that a number of times in this game where the receivers and the quarterback were not on the same page. So now that'll bring out the punting unit. End over end kick. Another fair catch is made at the 38-yard line. That's where Mount Union will take over on downs, as Orion coming in to make the play. So Mount Union will take over after the punt, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Mount Union so far in the game, 194 yards in total offense, averaging 6.1 yards a play, 129 yards passing. And 65 yards on the ground. Parker again, right side, 40, 45, puts his head down, runs into Giovanni Witter, but it'll be a pickup of 10 yards and a first down for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Witter, the senior strong safety out of Miramar, Florida. Make that Brandon Seawright coming in to make the play. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Looking to throw, lots of time, heavy rush, flushed out of the pocket, and the pass goes incomplete. Second down and 10 for the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line as the snowflakes continue to fall here in Berea. Mount Union leading it 10-0. 5:43 to go in quarter number 2. Braxton Plunk out of the gun. Dumps it off to DeAndre Parker again. Another big first down before he's driven out of bounds on the play by Anthony Kendall out of Point Ritchie, Florida, and River Ridge High School. Chains moving again as they work that short underneath route. That's why Mount Union averages 531 yards in total offense, 338 yards in the passing game. 5:20 to go in the opening half. Handoff, Parker stops, looking for a hole, but then gets bottled up as the tackle being made by Grant Davis, the sophomore out of Ottawa Hills. 13 tackles coming into this game. It'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it a long 8 for the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. Braxton Plunk on the day, 16 of 25. looks and overthrows the intended receiver, Wayne Ruby. Ruby, the senior out of Pembroke Pines, Florida. It'll bring up third down for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Mount Union on third down, very good today, 5 of 7, 75%. Plunk 16 of 26 in the first half for 139 yards. Plunk looking over the defense, fires it again, incomplete as they were intended. Oh, and a late flag from the back judge on the sideline. It'll be a pass interference call on BW. Pass was intended for Wayne Ruby. It went incomplete. They'll spot the foul at the 30. Plunk threw in the double coverage on that play. So it'll be an automatic first down for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Big penalties have hurt BW this afternoon. Play action fake, Plunk looking, lots of time, rolls to his right. Fires, the pass is caught on the near sideline as the catch was made. Chase Lawson coming up with a catch. Brings up second down and 10. Plunk again, delay handoff, second man through. On the run was Lance Mitchell. Third down and a long 5 for the Purple Raiders. Third down and 7 now for the Purple Raiders. 6 of 8 on third down. 217 yards in total offense. Play action fake, heavy rush down the field. Intercepted at the 1-yard line by BW. Interception being made by Anthony Kendall. Kendall coming in for his third interception of the season. And that thwarts a Mount Union Purple Raider drive. Mount Union getting called with the sideline warning. So the Yellow Jackets with 3:31 remaining in the second quarter, picking up a huge interception. They'll have the ball at the 25-yard line. Marisek, 5 of 11 for 41 yards, empty backfield. They'll look to throw, drops back, looks inside bubble screen. trying to get it in, and it was well covered by the Purple Raiders as they'll get a loss of 3, maybe 2 on the play. Mount Union, 17 minutes in total offense in the first half and time of possession. BW with 8:45. BW still finding themselves down just by 10 with under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Pistol formation, they move the tight end to the far side of the field. Marasek hands it up. It's a play action looking for the tight end downfield, and it's thrown into the air on an errant pass. The interception being made by Mount Union, and coming up on the INT is Josh Jones. He was right there on the bad pass play. So each team now with a turnover in the ball game. And Mount Union will look to strike it big with 2:38 to go in the first half. They have it at the BW 40-yard line after the interception by Marasek. Marasek on the year, his 12th INT. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Handoff, Parker looking to go right side. Buries his head to the 42. DeAndre Parker on the carry. That was his 7th carry of the ball game. He has 7 rushes for 34 yards, 7 receptions for 46 yards. Second down and 8 after a gain of 2 on the play. Plunk looking, firing, nice pass underneath on the coverage. It is complete to Wayne Ruby. He'll be 2 yards shy of the first down. Wayne Ruby coming up with his second catch and another third down situation for the Purple Raiders. Third down and 1. Plunk dropping back, firing underneath again, getting that coverage, and the play goes incomplete as it was stripped away on the intended pass from Wayne Ruby. Now it brings up a 4th down and a long 2. The last time Mount Union had it on 4th down going for it, BW was able to hold with the length of the football remaining. 1:25 remaining here in the opening half of play. Braxton Plunk out of the gun, and a timeout will be called with 1:25 to go. Snow starting to come down a little bit more, and a lot of people don't want to see that snow falling here in November. We got used to the nice warm weather earlier in the week, and now we've got snow here in our second weekend actually, of November. Mount Union so far in this game, in total offense, 225 yards in total offense to 74 for BW. They're averaging 5.2 yards a play. Braxton Plunk already 30 pass attempts in the game, 17 of 30 for 145 yards. DeAndre Parker has caught 7 of them. On 4th down for the Purple Raiders, 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. Parker is to the left of Braxton Plunk. Draw up the middle. He'll pick up the first down as he crosses the 30-yard line down to the 29. Mount Union is so effective when they run that draw. They just wait, they look for the hole, and they get it. And it's another first down for the Purple Raiders as the clock continues to wind down to 1:18 to go here in the first half of action. Mount Union is up 10-0. 2-by-2 set for the Purple Raiders as Braxton Plunk is going to drop, throw, pass, complete. And the catch brought short of the first down. Jaden Manley, once again, the senior out of Columbus, Ohio, making the catch on a 9-yard reception. Actually, they're going to call it an 8-yard reception. Braxton Plunk now 18 of 31 on the day. Second down in a short yardage situation. Looks to throw, near side, pass complete. And the pass is completed once again to Wayne Ruby, but he stepped out of bounds inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He had a lot of green pasture on that near side, but his foot went out of bounds. Brings up a second down and 3 with 33 seconds to go in the second quarter. Mount Union in the red zone, looking to get on the board. Before the half, Mount Union will get the football to start the second half. Braxton Plunk has Echeverry to his left. 3-by-1 set. Looks to his right. Fires a pass into the corner. Touchdown, Mount Union. Great catch being made by Edwin Reed, the senior out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And Mount Union, like that, getting the ball with under 2 minutes to go in the first half of action, get on the board again, and they lead it 16-0. Piccarello getting ready to go for the extra point as Braxton Plunk 19 of 32 for 165 yards. Make it 20 of 33 for 174. Good snap, set, kick is away. It is up, and it is good. 26 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Mount Union getting on the board once again as Mount Union leads it 17-0. That was a 7-play, 40-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 12 seconds of quarter number 2. Jaden Manley scored the first touchdown for Mount Union on a 13-yard pass. That made the Purple Raiders go up 7-0. Then a 31-yard field goal by Piccarello made it 10-0. And then the reception by Edwin Reed from 9 yards out, making it a 17-0 lead as BW's Darius Stokes is back to receive the kick to the near side. And it'll be Elliott Warner kicking it away for the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. This one a liner. It'll be picked up by Stokes. He lets it go by him. He's got to get back at it at the 2-yard line. And then there was all sorts of white jerseys at the 5-yard line as an errant play on the kick return, and BW will have a long way to go. 19 seconds remaining in the opening half. Mount Union leading it 17-0. Joey Marisek, 6 of 13 in the ball game today for 39 yards, has struggled communication-wise with his wide receivers on some really bad run routes. Now they give it to Murray. Murray blasting through the 10-yard line. He'll get over to the 12-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards on the play, and that will most likely be the end of the first half, as coming up slow was Josh Reed, the center, out of Mount Gilead. And that should about do it here in the first half. Yes, no, maybe. With the injured player, do they restart the clock?
Should not have stopped. Please set the game clock to 2 seconds, and it will start on my signal.
So the game clock will be at 2 seconds. Once the official blows the whistle, it'll start, and BW will not make a play. And that will be it for the first half of action. One half in the books here from Tressel Field and Baldwin Wallace University. BW down 17-0 to Mount Union here on BWYellowJackets.com.
It's time to put your hands together for your BW Marching Yellow Jackets. Under the direction of Dr. Andrew Mockimer, Ken Heinlein, percussion advisors, Daryl Micah, Andrew Hyde, color guard advisors, Dr. Julie Newcamp, Holly Sapienza, forward coach, Courtney Bergen, trumpet coach, Dave McKinney. The BW Band is proud to share with you some of the most iconic songs of the 70s rock era, starting with Elton John, Saturday Night All Right. Up next, the BW Band brings you Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Carnival Number 9. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. So glad you could attend. Now get ready to rock and roll with the BW Marching Yellow Jackets. Veteran Day, the BW Marching Yellow Jackets will perform Paul Lavender's Salute to America's Finest. We invite the members of each branch of the military to stand and be recognized as your branch's anthem is played. Watch the BW scoreboard. It will display each military branch as it is being honored. BW audience, let's show our appreciation for those who have given our country so much.
And welcome back to the second half of action here at Tressel Field. Joining me in the second half is my high school partner, and actually we've done BW games before in the past on radio here in the greater Cleveland area, Carmen Angelo. And boy, this is bringing back some memories, Carmen.
This is amazing. It's like going back in time, as you said, Adam.
I just wish we felt younger.
That's right.
High end over end kickoff. It'll be fair caught at the 24-yard line. And Carmen, we were talking about it. BW down 17-0, still in this game, but just some miscommunication on pass plays. And really, if they can get that fine-tuned, Marisek could really make things happen.
Well, he's got all the ability in the world, and one thing that I want to see more from the Yellow Jackets is John Murray carrying the football. We're just starting the first series of this second half. It's a 3-possession game, and John Murray has only carried the mail 4 times to this point. I think he's one of the best running backs in the country. You got to feed him.
Now it'll be Plunk getting the ball to DeAndre Parker on the draw, but he gets taken down on the play. Coming in to make the stop is Grant Davis.
Grant Davis, tremendous effort right there, Adam. He was prone on his belly, yet was able to get a hand up and trip up Parker for a loss of 1. So Raiders looking at a situation where they're behind the sticks with their first offensive possession of the second half. It's 2nd and 11.
14:34 just underway as the snow continues to fall, and it seems like the flakes are getting bigger as the afternoon progresses here in Berea. Braxton Plunk, 20 of 33 for 174 yards, fires another underneath route. The catch is made by Edwin Reed. He'll pick up the yardage, about 8 yards on the play. That underneath route has been open all day long for Mount Union.
Whether it's Reed or Finley, I'll tell you who's been held quite a bit in check is Mount Union stud receiver Wayne Ruby, and Finley and Reed have been the beneficiaries throughout the first half of play.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2 for the Purple Raiders. They'll have the ball at their own 33-yard line. Plunk dropping back, firing again underneath coverage, but a good defensive play being made by Anthony Kendall, the defensive back from Port Richey, Florida.
Yeah, Wayne Ruby just releasing about 9 yards north of the line of scrimmage and running a little curl route, and Kendall just took that left hand and knocked the football away, making a play on the ball. Ruby wanted a pass interference infraction, no laundry dropped, and now Mount's got to trot out. It's punt team.
Elliott Warner is back at his 18-yard line, and it'll be Stokes back at his 26. Warner awaiting the shotgun snap for the punt. Little wobbler, gets it away. End over end kick. And the ball will roll and be downed at the 33-yard line. So BW will have their first possession. For the Yellow Jackets, Carmen, defensively, that's a good start to the second half of holding them to 3 and out.
Indeed. You don't want to go down and make this a 4-possession game. Right now it's still a 17-0 count, and Joey Marisek is coming out. So some timing malfunction right there as they add 9 seconds onto the play clock. But John Murray is not out there at running back for Baldwin Wallace. Again, coming in an all OAC performer the past 2 years.
Marisek looking to throw underneath on the coverage. The pass is caught by Jake Novak. Boy, if he would have caught him in stride instead of throwing it behind him, that could have been a first down easily for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Novak having to reach back behind him and catch that ball off his back hip. If Marisek's able to put that ball on his front hip, give him the opportunity to get it and go, he's looking at possibly another 15 yards on that pass completion.
Gain of 9 on the play, 2nd down and 1. Ball at the 42-yard line. They go empty backfield. Marisek gets the snap, looks, fires underneath. The BW faithful were hoping for a flag on a pass interference, as the pass was intended for number 6, Andrew Bortz.
Andrew Bortz just running a shallow dig about 6 yards north of the line of scrimmage. Ball put right on the money. Raider defender coming in, swatting that ball away. As you heard the Yellow Jacket faithful, they wanted an infraction on that play, but none of the laundry dropped by any of the officiating crew.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Yellow Jackets. On the run is John Murray, and then he found a whole host of Purple Raiders there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Ian Sexton from his safety position, Adam. We talk all the time about backs running downhill. Well, Ian Sexton from his strong safety position playing downhill, filling the gap, and knocking John Murray down for a gain of only about a half yard. So Baldwin Wallace going to trot its punt team out there. They're going to boot it away.
Back to receive the kick is Urian Finley, as BW will send the punt away. Either team not able to do much on their first possession of the second half of action. Human rolling to the right, gets the kick away. Fair catch signal is made at the 11-yard line, and that is where Mount Union will start. But no matter how deep Mount Union has started this afternoon, they've been able to really move that football. Their first drive started at the 5, and they got a touchdown early on.
And Adam, while John Murray only carried the ball 4 times in the first half, on the other side of the football for Mount, Braxton Plunk, he spun it 32 times, which typically is not the MO of a Raider offense. They want to be more balanced, but he threw the ball 32 times in the first half, which is an exorbitant amount.
Well, this is a team that averages 338 yards passing. The handoff goes to DeAndre Parker. He puts his head down and barrels his way to the 19-yard line.
And Adam, at halftime, Baldwin Wallace, I believe, had 74 yards total offense. It's imperative, again, just like they did on Mount's opening drive of the second half, to get off the field on 3rd down. Right there, they give up an 8-yard carry to DeAndre Parker, and that expands the playbook of Coach Jeff Dart and that Mount Union offense.
Parker, 10 carries, 46 yards. He has 8 receptions for 55 yards. On the draw, Parker again finding a hole to the 30, 35, 40, still on his feet as he drags a defender to the 45-yard line, and it'll be a 27-yard run.
Now they're running that little delay. That's the 4th time they've run that delay to DeAndre Parker, and that takes a long time to develop. You're asking a lot for your offensive linemen, but they were able to engage the defenders over them and just give him 2 huge lanes to choose. He chose one of them to run through and picked up major yardage on 2nd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Purple Raiders as Braxton Plunk has thrown the ball 35 times. They'll give it to Parker again as he picks up his 12th carry of the day. He gets another first down as he gets to the 40-yard line, and he churns out another big 15-yard run as this Purple Raider team now really starting to churn out the yardage on each play.
Well, 27 yards the last 2 carries, I believe, for DeAndre Parker. And Adam, it was much more tougher sledding for that Mount running game in the first half. That Baldwin Wallace defense played a pretty decent half of football, but right now Braxton Plunk is just content to put the ball into the belly of number 3.
10:30 to go here in quarter number 3. 2 in the slot on the near side for the Purple Raiders. It'll be a delay to Parker, but Parker gets hit in the backfield. Jordan Smith out of Painesville Riverside High School, the junior, coming in to make the stop.
I'll tell you, Jordan Smith is long and lean. He's fast. He's got great feet, great hips, and he can make himself small. He's kind of like in that Jason Taylor mode. Not bulky, obviously a defensive end. He's a jackrabbit coming off that edge.
A loss of 1 on the play. And these are the type of plays that BW really needs on the defensive side. They had that big hold on 4th down against Mount Union. Here they drop them back behind the 6. Let's see if they can do it again on 2nd and 11 with 9:35 to go. Plunk is going to look to throw, fires again, another crossing route underneath the coverage. It is caught by Wayne Ruby for about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, Wayne just released and running an in-cut. He's going to pick up 5 yards on that play, so it's now a manageable 3rd down situation as the Raiders need 6 to pick up the first down.
Rain Ruby with 4 catches on the day. Third down for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union on third down. 6 of 11. Again, trying to throw it underneath. DeAndre Parker too much ahead of him, and it brings up fourth down for Mount Union.
Well, you had tremendous pressure right in the face of Braxton Plunk, and that was number 58, Frank Sukup, from his defensive tackle position. He was just able to beat his lineman from Mount over him and get on the front side of Braxton Plunk, forced him to release that ball much sooner than he wanted, went in and out of the right hand of DeAndre Parker.
Darius Stokes is back at his 7-yard line as Elliott Warner back at his 50-yard line to punt the football away. Purple Raiders number 2 in the country. This kick is away, pokes it high. Stokes will get it and calls for the fair catch at the 8-yard line. Not much on punt returns for either team in this game, as these punters just accurately placing those kicks on for either team today.
Adam, 8 minutes and 54 ticks to go in the third quarter. Mount leading the Yellow Jackets by a 17-zip count. It's no time to panic. They got to come out. Baldwin Wallace does, and give the ball to number 34.
Oh, he is out there on the field. He will be in that. You've seen him a bit in the slot. Now they're going to run him as a receiver on the near side with Stokes in the backfield.
They're lining him up essentially as a tight end. Then they move him to the other side.
Now they bring Stokes out of the backfield. He'll be the receiver with an empty backfield. Marasek looking to throw. Downfield. Again, another miscommunication as Stokes stopped short on the move, and the ball was thrown way beyond him.
Well, Stokes ran about a 15-yard hitch, but Marasek just airmailed that football. He did not give Stokes an opportunity to haul it in. It sailed over his head by 10 feet.
So it brings up second down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 8:42 remaining in quarter number 3. Empty backfield once again for BW. Marasek is going to drop back 3. Flushed out of the pocket to his right. Fires the pass underneath on the coverage. Good defensive attempt to try to make an INT by Ian Saxton, but it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Ian Saxton, the closest person to the football, unfortunately for Joey Marasek. Saxton plays for the Purple Raiders, and now looking at a 3rd and 10 situation. Adam, I think right here, why not try and hit a screen pass to John Murray? He's going to be lined up off the left hip of Joey Marasek.
3rd down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets 2 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Marasek looking, throwing. Stokes getting a block. He'll pick up the first down at the 30-yard line and then some on a good play. And he got a good downfield block from another receiver and a much-needed first down for BW, Carmen.
Indeed, a huge first down for that Yellow Jacket offense. A couple of vertical routes, and then they run Stokes underneath it. And Joey just lays the ball in there perfectly. He catches it and goes, picks up, as you said, a crucial first down.
Ball will be spotted at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 with 8:11 to go in the third quarter of play. BW will empty the backfield once again. Marasek looking over the defense. 4 on the play clock. Here comes the blitz going downfield again. That combination of Marasek to Stokes, it's like they're not on the same page.
Well, I don't know if Stokes ran the incorrect route, but I'll tell you, he stemmed that route. He's got to continue to take that upfield because Joey put that ball right where only his receiver could have caught it, but he broke his route off, or he slowed up on his route and didn't give Marasek a chance to complete that pass.
Darius Stokes out of Canton Glen Oak, the senior. Marasek the junior transfer from the University of Akron via North Royalton High School, the former Bear. 2nd and 10 at the 33. He's going to look to throw again. Looks, fires, has a receiver downfield, and it is going to be caught at the 25-yard line, and the catch was made by Mikel Love. Oh, that's a huge play that BW needed.
Mikel Love just running straight down the hash and had a step on Saxton. That ball hung up there a little bit, and Love doing a tremendous job adjusting, coming back for the football.
So a big play there as BW now in Mount Union territory at the 25-yard line. Empty backfield again for BW. Heavy rush going into the corner again, and good defensive play batting the ball away. Number 27, Ian Sexton.
That was absolutely textbook. And what did he do? He was running in stride with Love, and he looked into the receiver's eyes, and once those eyes got big, that's when Ian Sexton knew the ball was on its way. He turned his head, threw that right hand up, and knocked that ball harmlessly to the turf.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 as they are at the 25-yard line. BW just down by 17-0 score. Last week of the regular season in the OAC, Marisek flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the far side, looks, throws, and throws it away wisely.
Well, he had number 11 coming back to help him, and that was Vinny Lomio. But number 13, Elijah Arnett, when he sees his quarterback in trouble in Marisek, he's got to take his route upfield. Marisek was looking for him to take it deep. Unfortunately, he just kept running to the boundary.
3rd down and 10. Carmen, you and I have been doing high school games for the last umpteen years. It's always nice to get those explanations from the referees on what's going on.
That's awesome. He's mic'd up, and we're all the beneficiaries for it.
Marisek having to face pressure, firing it up the middle, and it's intercepted by the Mount Union Purple Raiders as the interception being brought back up towards the 30-yard line. Still on the go to the 45.
John Rowland, the safety.
Rowland coming in to make the play and brings it way deep. And just when BW is moving the ball downfield, an ill-advised pass, in coverage, interception, the second one for Marisek in the game.
Well, on that side of the field, you had 2 vertical routes run by Yellow Jacket receivers, and Joey Marisek was locked on those receivers. And you had number 28 for Mount Union, John Rowland, playing on the near side safety. He read it the entire way, and he just left his area, went over and snatched that football out of the air because Marisek was locked on those 2 receivers running the deep verts.
So Braxton Plunk and company back out there. He's 22 of 37, but they give the football to DeAndre Parker for his 14th carry, and he picks up 4 yards on the play. Make it 3, sorry about that. 6.5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3.
And one thing we've seen over the years, Adam, these Baldwin Wallace Mount Union games are absolute battles. Both sides. I mean, these kids are very, very similar.
Mount Union has won 26 in a row. Parker again following his block on the left side into the secondary. Gets taken down after a hit at the 35 to the BW 34-yard line. As Parker now 14 carries, that should get him close to the century mark.
Yeah, and he's got 30 yards plus in his last 3 carries, so that Mount front doing a tremendous job getting that Yellow Jacket front on skates and giving huge holes, gaping holes to DeAndre Parker.
Braxton Plunk, 22 of 37 for 188 yards. 2 touchdowns, has thrown an interception, but it did not cost Mount Union. On the draw, Parker getting hit right at the line of scrimmage on a good defensive read there by the play being made by Anthony Kendall.
Yes, Anthony Kendall. I love it when the little guys in that back end come up and support the run. Right there from his corner position, Anthony Kendall read it, diagnosed it quickly, shot out of a cannon, and limited that to no gain.
He has an interception in the game, the senior out of Port Richey, Florida, and River Ridge High School. 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Handoff goes to Parker. He's hit in the backfield. He gets taken down by Vontae Jackson.
Vontae Jackson, a little undersized linebacker, kind of plays like a strong safety, just quick as a cat. Saw an opening, not a single purple helmet near him. He gets in the backfield and dumps Parker for a 4-yard loss.
Carmen, when you talk linebackers and Baldwin Wallace University throughout their history, the number and the names of those linebackers, the great linebackers that played ball here.
Linebacker U, I remember vividly Kane and Basic, the two young men that manned the middle of that defense for Coach Bob Packard and John Snell.
Now here comes an underneath pass to Wayne Ruby. He catches it, and he'll pick up a little bit of the lost yardage as he gets it to the 35-yard line.
It's exactly what they needed after a couple long runs by DeAndre Parker. The Yellow Jackets defense stiffens up, and now Mount is forced to boot the ball away as Elliott Warner comes out.
Stokes will get back inside his 10-yard line. He'll stand at the 8-yard line. Warner getting ready to kick the ball away, averaging 36 yards a kick this season. Sends the ball away. Stokes will get it, and he falls at the 10-yard line, so the Yellow Jackets will get it with 3:36 remaining in the third quarter, down 17-0. Today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. By Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, proud medical provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. And Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company.
Danny Andrews, Olympic Forest Products. Danny, one of the greatest running backs to ever go through Baldwin Wallace.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets as Marisek has one in motion. That's Stokes. He'll run the football, and nothing going as Mount Union read that one perfectly. And the tackle.
Tahir Wyatt.
Tahir Wyatt coming in to make the stop.
Yeah, if you're going to bring him off this edge on the near side, you got to make sure you seal backside. Nobody touched Tahir Wyatt, and Joey Marisek had absolutely nowhere to go.
3:13 to go here in quarter number 3. BW down 17-0 to the number 2 team in the country in Mount Union. John Murray Jr. in that backfield, pistol formation.
Actually, Reese Waymer's in there.
Now the pass, complete, breaking a tackle.
John Murray is an absolute stud.
He'll pick up big yardage. It'll bring up a 3rd and short, maybe a 3rd and 2 for BW.
Whether you're giving the football to him in the running game or throwing a little pass like that, you've got to find a way to get the ball into the hands of your biggest weapon.
Marisek, 9 of 23 for 114 yards, no touchdowns, but he's thrown 2 interceptions. Murray, 5 carries in the game for just 11 yards. He'll get the handoff up the middle, big hole to the 30 as he gets tripped up on the tackle by Von Factor.
And you see John Murray right there as he's looking over to Coach Hilbert and the rest of the offensive coaches. You know, he's slapping his hands almost in anger, and then he starts the spoon to the mouth like, feed me, feed me. And that's one thing I was asking myself in the first half. How come number 34 isn't getting the ball? But now it seems like they're getting it to him in the running game and the previous play on that pass.
Big first down for the Yellow Jackets, ball at their 26-yard line. Reese Warner, the quarterback, is going to he's going to run the football. He gets wrapped up before he gets down to the 30-yard line. Mason McMillan coming in on the stop.
Reese Waymer on that keeper, Adam, and it looked like Mason McMillan may have gotten a little bit of the face mask. Our vantage point isn't the best. That's what it appeared to me, but none of the striped shirts saw it.
Reese Waymer, the senior out of Oregon Clay High School, throwing the ball for 481 yards this year for BW. 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Empty backfield for Waymer. Looks, fires, pass, complete, short of the first down.
I'll tell you, Adam, that might be a first down.
Oh, they're going to give it to him, yeah.
Bort's just releasing about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage, and Waymer puts the ball right on the money. And whether it was a gratuitous spot, regardless, it's a first down.
1st and 10 with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. BW will have it at their own 36-yard line, down 17-0. Waymer drops, looks, fires, completes the pass, and hopefully they get the first down as Jake Novak comes up with the reception, stumbles out of bounds, but they're going to say he's 2 yards shy of the first down.
Yeah, there was a Purple Raider right on top of him, Dow Cameron, unfortunately unable to bring him off his sticks, and it allowed Novak to pick up about 4 more yards on that play. Going to keep him shy of that first down by 2 yards, so Baldwin Wallace looking at a 2nd and 2 as the third quarter comes to an end.
Well, the third quarter does come to an end. 17-0 Mount Union with the lead as we head towards the fourth quarter of play. And today's Yellow Jacket football game is being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leader since 1893, by Chuck Ratuno and OE Connection, LLC, your global automotive technology provider, and by Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. After 3 quarters of play, Mount Union with 336 yards, BW with 188.
Well, Baldwin Wallace getting 118 yards in that third quarter of play. Just 74 yards in the entire first half. So they just got to find a way to get points on the board. They were driving their previous possession before Marasek threw that interception, his second of the day. Now, with Waymer out there, they got to find a way to punch the ball over the goal line.
2nd and 2 for BW. Waymer brings down the snap, dumps, looks for the receiver, and he overthrew Stokes on that far side.
Yeah, Stokes had about a step and a half on number 13, Josh Jones, playing that far side corner. A double move, a pump fake, and Stokes had a little bit of separation. Unfortunately for the Yellow Jackets, Waymer unable to drop it in that window.
And it brings up 3rd down for BW. The Yellow Jackets on 3rd down today, they are 4 of 10, 40%. One in the backfield is Murray. Handoff, Murray finds a hole, picks up the first down as he gets it into Mount Union territory, and a late flag being thrown as the ball gets to the 48-yard line.
Got to have it unsportsmanlike on Mount Union, I believe. I think they may have gotten number 99, Jacob Scott.
And the coaching staff for BW said they like it, and it looks like the ball's going to move up a bit. We'll get our call from the official.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 9, 15 yards from the end of the run. Ball held, first down.
Well, they tack on another 15 yards at the end of the run. That's a huge first down for BW.
Yeah, that additional 15 too. Jacob Scott's got to keep his cool. Obviously, things have been chippy throughout this game, but he's got to walk away. If something said to him, but he apparently retaliated, or he was the first strike, and they caught him. And the Yellow Jackets now with the nose of the football on the Mount Union 33.
Waymer coming in relief. Drops back. Rushed out of the pocket. Looks. Fires. Stokes catches it inside the 20 for a first down. He'll be marked out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Good patience there by the BW quarterback.
And Jesse Vale, safety for Mount Union, he was in no man's land. He had to respect the fact that Waymer could run that football, yet you had Stokes that was working right in his area, and Val didn't know whether to come up and try and make a play on Waymer or continue to cover the receiver, and Stokes was just able to scamper behind him.
Waymer 3 of 4 for 25 yards in this game. Now BW will go with an empty backfield as the snow is now changed to rain. 14 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. Empty backfield for BW. On first down, heavy rush. Stokes getting it. He's going to dive in for a touchdown. Actually make that number 5, Jake Novak.
Yeah, Novak just working right down the seam and was able to get a step and a half on the Mount Union defender, and exactly what the doctor ordered for Baldwin Wallace. They needed points in the worst way. So now you're looking at a 17-6, potentially 17-7 game with this extra point attempt.
Waymer 5 of 6 in the game since coming in. BW trying to cut it down to 10. Whoa, that was an ugly kick, but guess what? It went over the crossbar through the uprights. It's good. I guess you don't care how ugly it looks as long as it gets through. Now it's a 10-point lead.
Now this is the biggest defensive series of the season for Baldwin Wallace.
When you look at the Mount Union defense, they come into this game giving up 58 points the whole season.
They're
13 points. They've given up 13 in the first quarter this year, 14 in the second, 7 in the third, 24 in the fourth.
Mount Union's defense over the past 35 years has been ranked in the top 10, if not top 5 nationally in points against, rushing yards, and total defense. It's just been a tradition with the Purple Raiders and Alliance that week in and week out they bring it. But this is a big-time task that they're facing now. This game cut to a 2-possession lead. And, again, it's imperative for Baldwin Wallace to get off the field on third down and put the ball back in its offense's hands.
Dean Saris getting ready to kick the ball away for the Yellow Jackets. End over end kick. It'll be short and taken at the 6-yard line by the Purple Raiders. And here comes a big return out to the 35, 39-yard line.
Orion Finley on the return.
Finley doing a nice job bringing that one out and getting Mount Union with really good field position. But as you were saying, Carmen, it's imperative for the Yellow Jackets to come up with a big defensive stop on this possession.
Well, let's see if they just continue to have Braxton Plunk turn around and put it into the tummy of DeAndre Parker. He's had a tremendous game to this point and has busted off a couple of nice runs in the second half.
17 carries, 101 yards, 5.9-yard average. Has also caught it for 55 yards as he gets hit right after a gain of 2 as that Yellow Jacket defensive line really stiffening up a bit.
Frank Sukup from his defensive line position. He made that play, Adam, giving Parker absolutely nowhere to run.
2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. BW looking for another big stop on the defensive side of the football as they are down 17-7. Plunk looking over the defense with a 4 wide receiver set. Pass incomplete as it was intended for Jaden Manley, a little too far ahead of him, and now it's 3rd down.
Wow, Jaden Manley's got that was a catchable ball, Adam. Jaden Manley, the young man out of Port Richey, Florida, he's got to come out with that football. He's got to help his quarterback out.
3rd down and 8 for the Purple Raiders. Ball spotted at their own 41-yard line. They need to get to the 49. Braxton Plunk looking over the defense. Mishandles the snap, looks, fires, and catches it, but they'll be short of the 1st down as Edwin Reed comes up with the catch, and he'll be short 2 yards on the play.
Well, they're going to bring Piccirillo out to boot this ball away, or excuse me, Elliott Warner to boot this ball away. Coach Dart with Mount Union wants to play a game of field position now as Stokes goes back to return this for the Yellow Jackets.
And that's a big confidence boost for this defense for the Yellow Jackets.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, they had to get off the field, and they were successful.
4th down and 2 for Mount Union as they bring out Warner to kick the football away. Stokes is back inside his 20-yard line. Here comes the rush. The kick is away. Good high kick. Stokes will get it at the 10. Tries to break away from 1-2. Gets back to the 10, and he'll get up to about the 12-yard line. First return of the day for either team, and BW with 12 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, down by 10, and the football.
Look, and there's really no reason to rush things. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts. Obviously, it seems like Waymer's come in here and provided a little bit of a spark. You have Marasek on the bench, and he's being spelled by Raymer, and they have been able to tally their first score.
Reese Waymer, 5 of 6 for 58 yards in the game. Murray, 7 carries, 27 yards. Darius Stokes, the leading receiver, with 4 catches for 57 yards. Jake Novak, the lone recipient of a touchdown, has 3 catches for 35 yards. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the BW 12. Waymer wanting to try to get another score on the board for BW. Rolls to his right, drops back, throws wisely.
Was that?
It was a wise throw as he was looking for John Murray, but there was double coverage on Murray in that area.
They were running a wheel route, and it seemed like it took forever for Waymer and that play to develop as they snuck John Murray out of the backfield, but you had a corner and a safety coming over the top and nowhere for Raymer to throw that football. And they ran it to the short side of the field.
2nd down and 10. Waymer, 5 of 7. 58 yards passing on the day. Dropping back 3, fires underneath coverage. It was, there were 2 receivers there for BW. Jake Novak.
And Andrew Bortz.
Yeah, and they're going to say he was the intended target.
Well, Ian Sexton doing a good job. He was trailing the play, trailing Bortz, but was able to get that left hand in there and knock that football away.
11:50 remaining in quarter number 4. Mount Union with a 17-7 lead. Number 2 team in the country, top team in the Ohio Athletic Conference. Waymer looking to throw the ball again. Steps up in the pocket. Got hit as he threw and drills that one into the turf as there was a lot of pressure being put on him by the Mount Union Purple Raiders.
And some chippiness going on right now as number 8 for the Purple Raiders, Rossi Moore, linebackers, exchanging pleasantries with a counterpart on Baldwin Wallace.
Sideline warning against BW. Each team with a sideline warning so far today. 4th and 10, that'll bring out the punting unit.
Orion Finley back deep, as is Josh Jones for Mount Union.
Cuman getting ready to kick the ball. He's 2 yards deep in his end zone. Gets it away. It'll be fair caught at the 46-yard line by Orion Finley, and Mount Union will get the ball with 11:39 to go as each team not able to muster up any offense in the last couple of possessions where BW had some opportunity. But you talked about field position. Mount Union kicked it deep, got BW deep in their own end. They forced BW to punt the ball, and they have it in Yellow Jacket territory.
Yeah, very good field position to start this at the Jacket 45.
11:39 to go as Braxton Plunk is going to give it to Echeverry. Echeverry hit in the backfield. He'll get dropped for a loss of 2 on the play.
Vontae Jackson from his linebacker position. What an active young man from the middle of that defensive front for Baldwin Wallace. He's a joy to watch, Adam.
He has 61 tackles coming into this game, 8 for losses, 2.5 sacks. The junior from John Hay High School, the former Hornet.
And John Hayes got to be awfully proud of that young man.
2nd and 12 now for Mount Union. Plunk dropping back a step, fires underneath. Wide open receiver is Jaden Manley. He'll come up and pick up 8 yards. It is amazing how the routes, pretty simple for Mount Union, just underneath the coverage.
Well, methodical. And one thing historically that they've done is taken what the defense has given, although they have tended to take the top off the defense at times when they had the likes of Cecil Shorts or Pierre Garcon. And they've got a game breaker at number 6, Wayne Ruby.
And boy, was it fun watching those guys when we called OAC action back in the day.
Indeed it was.
3rd down and 2. The handoff goes to Echeverry. Echeverry picks up a 1st down, but we've got a flag thrown back at the line of scrimmage.
They're going to get Jarrett Burris on a hold, so that's going to come back. That'll make it about a 3rd and 12.
Jarrett Burris, the guilty party, the right guard from Rooksville, or Robertsville, Ohio. I got in between Rootstown and Robertsville.
It's okay. You've been busy. This is the 2nd game in what?
Less than 24 hours?
18 hours?
You too. I mean.
Well, no, but you did the whole first half by yourself.
3rd down and 12. BW needing a huge defensive stop. Plunk looking to throw, fires looking for the receiver. Oh, what a catch on the outside part of the field.
They're going to say he was out of bounds.
Incomplete. Wow, that was still a nice catch being made by the Mount Union wide receiver.
That was Wayne Ruby, who is much like Mikhail Barishnikov, just such light feet.
Well, another 4th down. Mount Union with an opportunity to punt the ball away with just about 10 minutes to go could force BW again deep in their own end. It's that field position.
Well, that being said, Mount Union started that possession with 12 minutes left. Only a minute 59 elapsed, so they were unable to eat up any time.
Kick is away. Fair catch is made as Stokes rushes up to the 17-yard line. A little bit better field position for BW, and let's see what Waymer and company can do with 9:55.
As much as an athlete Wayne Ruby is, I'll tell you, this young man in Stokes, he's a tremendous athlete as well.
Stokes, the senior out of Canton Glen Oak. Reese Waymer out of Oregon Clay in that northwestern part of the state of Ohio. 5'10" senior. He'll have 3 wide receivers to the near side. Now empty backfield. They'll bring Murray in motion to the near side. Bad pass as that one slipped out of the hands of Waymer as he looked at his hands and he knew that ball just slipped right out of his mitt.
Yeah, as soon as he released it, he looked down at his right hand, and he's telling John Murray, that's on me. John Murray's none too pleased as he's coming off the field right now.
2nd down and 10. That'll bring out Tim Conwell, the freshman wide receiver from Avon, into the ball game. He'll go in motion from the near side to the far side of the field. Waymer looking, throwing. Pass is caught by Jake Novak. He'll get it close to the 1st down marker.
That should be a 1st down, Adam.
They do say it's a 1st down, and they credit him with the big 10-yard gain. Much needed 1st down for BW.
Well, they've got to be very efficient in everything they do from this point forward. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go. And they're still trailing by 10 points, a 2-possession game.
Wide receivers looking at their play cards. 1st and 10 at the 27. Empty backfield for BW. Waymer gets the snap. Looking downfield for Stokes. Stokes was doing an in route. The pass was thrown towards the sideline, and it goes incomplete.
Well, a very well-designed play. Baldwin Wallace had Elijah Arnett was running about an 8-yard in cut, and then they worked Stokes almost off a wheel right behind that, and Stokes was hugging the numbers, and Waymer threw it to the boundary.
So it brings up 2nd down and 10. The rain now changing back to snow. Mother Nature cannot get its mind together today. Ball at the 27, empty backfield for Waymer and company. Drops back 3, fires to the far side, looking for that inside route. It's caught by Stokes. No gain on the play. Well read by the Purple Raider D.
Landon Jenkins from his linebacker position diagnosed that immediately and gave that play very little chance, if any chance at all, of succeeding.
Brings up 3rd down for BW. 5 of 12 for BW on 3rd down, 42%. Waymer looking, firing, wobbler of a pass, and it goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
And he took a shot. Mikel Love, oh my word.
Yeah, he's coming off gingerly as he got hammered on that play. Mikel Love, 5'8", 150. And I think the 150 may be generous on the weight.
Yeah, I mean, he took a shot up high near the head, and he also came up a little gingerly with one of his legs.
Cuman coming out and getting ready for the punt of the football with 8:33 to go. It has been a game of field position in this 4th quarter. End over end kick. It'll bounce, trying to get a Mount Union roll, but it is downed at the 34-yard line, and it was downed by Mason Lafser out of Florida. And Mount Union once again will have it a little bit further back, as we've talked about this in this half, Carmen. Field position.
Well, 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go, Adam. Look for this Mount Union offense to try and make that clock its ally and force Baldwin Wallace to start burning some timeouts, just running the football with the likes of DeAndre Parker and Echeverry.
Plunk is going to look to throw. Heavy rush, fires, intercepted by BW. And on the interception, it's O'Donohue. Oh, it went off a receiver into the hands of a BW defender, and they're sitting pretty with 8:18 to go in the 4th quarter.
So I say look for Mount to make this clock its ally by running the football. And what does Mount do? They come out and spin it on the first play, and it's picked off. And don't look now, but the Yellow Jackets are sitting pretty with a 1st and 10 from the Raider 33.
New life, and they're feeling it here in Berea.
Oh, this place is jumping.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of Mount Union as BW comes out to the line of scrimmage. Conwell, along with Arnett, the receivers to the near side. Stokes is the receiver to the far side. They'll also bring out Jake Novak, empty backfield. Vinny Lomeo, 3 on that left. Waymer, alone in the backfield, awaiting a shotgun snap with 8:18 to go. Looks, fires, almost intercepted in the hands of John Rowland, as that pass was intended for Tim Conwell.
Yeah, Rowland right there. Conwell running straight down the field, and Rowland doing a tremendous job. He just jumped that route. Unfortunately for Mount Union, Rowland was only able to get his left hand on it, unable to reel it in.
John Murray Jr. coming back in for BW as they go out of that pistol formation. 2 wide outs to the left on the Y side of the field, 2 on the near side. Waymer hands it off to Murray. Murray will pick up a yard or 2 on the play. John Murray Jr., his 8th carry of the day for 28 yards.
Elijah Franklin coming from the backside and able to haul down John Murray after just a 1-yard gain. A young man that's tremendously active, a very, very big defensive end, but quick as a cat.
Reese Waymer, 7 of 15 for 69 yards and a touchdown pass. He drops back 3, heavy bull rush. He's going to run. He's got some open room at the 20. and he gets inside the 20. He'll pick up the first down and 15 yards for BW.
And not looking good. Elijah Franklin remains on the field with a right knee.
We'll have an official's timeout with 7:37 to go. Today's Yellow Jacket game is being brought to you by Barron's Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, the home of Monday Night Athletics Roadshow. And Antonio's Pizzeria of Middleburg Heights, the official pizza sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Adam Mendoza joining me in the second half of action. Carmen Angelo. For this second half of the game, 17-7, Mount Union leading it over BW. And a good thing is Elijah Franklin is able to walk on his own power.
Adam, I'll tell you, that's very promising considering how he was writhing in pain as soon as he hit the turf.
So now it's a 1st and 10 for Coach Hilvert and his BW Yellow Jackets at the Mount Union 20-yard line.
Well, worst case scenario, if they don't gain another inch, they can still try a 37-yard field goal attempt.
Waymer will have Murray to his left. They'll bring him out of the backfield as a wide out to the left. Waymer looking to throw, firing in the corner, has a receiver open. Touchdown, Jake Novak. BW gets the touchdown on that corner route.
Jake Novak's working on Derek Bradley, and obviously a size advantage, but talk about Waymer coming in, Adam, after Joey Marisek played essentially the first 2.5 quarters, and Waymer's come in, and boy, has he provided a spark for this Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket football team.
17-13, pending the extra point by Ben Hughes.
Two touchdown drives in this second half.
The kick is up. Again, it's ugly, but it crosses over the crossbar through the uprights, and it's a 3-point lead for Mount Union. BW with 2 touchdowns here in the second half, led by Reese Warmer, who's 8 of 16 for 89 yards, and BW is down by 3 with plenty of time on the clock.
Oh yeah, 7 minutes, 19 ticks to go. And that scoring drive was spurred by that interception by the Baldwin Wallace defense when Mount came out for its last offensive possession. I thought they were just going to turn around and hand the football off to DeAndre Parker, but no. Braxton Plunk spins it. It's tipped. Baldwin Wallace comes up with the big turnover and ultimately hangs a 6th spot on the scoreboard.
Mount Union jumped out to a 17-0 lead, and Baldwin Wallace has come back 14 unanswered points to cut it to within 3. Lance Mitchell back to receive the kick along with Orion Finley. Ben Hughes getting ready to send this one away. BW in the second half, 14 unanswered points. Kick is away. It'll be taken and it'll go into the end zone. First touchback of the game. And that'll put BW defensively as Mount Union will have it at the 20-yard line. What a game.
Indeed. Mount Union seemed like it was in control, certainly at the halftime break. And then big time in control after Joey Marisek threw his second interception of the game. But no quit in this Baldwin Wallace team as Coach Hilvert's boys continue to fight. And now it's a one-possession game with the Raiders leading by a count of 17-14.
Braxton Plunk, 25 of 43 for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But could we get a heavy dose of DeAndre Parker? He is in the backfield. On the draw, Parker again getting hit, but a gain of 2 on the play. Good defensive play by Baldwin Wallace, And that tackle coming in and being made by number 35, Dom Tromba.
Dom Tromba's been all over this football field today, Adam. His name has probably been called the most of any Baldwin Wallace defender.
Tromba, the 6-foot freshman out of Paynesville, Riverside. 2nd down and 8. Pass play. No, it's another draw. And another
Tromba.
big play by Tromba, coming in and dropping the runner back for a yard loss.
Very disciplined. Dom staying home on that play. He knew they were going to run that delay, and he waited and waited and waited. And as soon as DeAndre Parker got the football, boom, he was there.
3rd down and 8 for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union, 6 of 16 on 3rd down. Parker to the right of Braxton Plunk, looking to throw. Up in the pocket, and he goes down again. Oh, another big play being made by BW's number 83, Caden Viancourt out of Avon Lake.
Caden Viancourt coming up with a huge play, and great bloodlines there is his younger brother, Avery, a tremendous football player, an all-state performer for the Avon Lake Shoremen.
And BW will get it with plenty of time left, 5:40 to go as Mount Union gets ready to punt the ball away. Stokes will be back at his 30-yard line. Kick is away. Stokes will get it. He'll let it bounce, actually, and it'll take a Mount Union roll to the BW 32. 68 yards needed for a touchdown for BW, or anywhere about 40 yards close to go for a game-tying field goal. Carmen, this one is far from over as the second half has been Baldwin Wallace thanks to the arm of Reese Waymer.
Waymer's come in, and Adam, I said it earlier, he's provided a tremendous spark. After Joey Marisek threw his second interception of the game, Coach Hilbert decided to put in the Oregon Clay product, and all he's done is lead 2 touchdown drives and give his Yellow Jacket teammates a chance to win this football game.
They'll go empty backfield as Murray will be the lone receiver on the near side on the numbers. Waymer looking over the Mount Union defense. Drops back 2. He's going to try to run. Throws the ball. It is incomplete or complete. Nope, they'll call it incomplete. Lots of traffic in front of Reese Waymer. Got the ball off, but the receiver just was not able to come up with the catch.
Adam, I think that may have been a design run for Reese Waymer right there.
I believe so. That you're right.
Fortunately for him, I believe it was number 5, Jake Novak, that was right in the area, so he just let it fly, and Novak unable to reel it in.
2nd and 10 for BW, down by 3, 17-14. Murray in the backfield, pistol formation. Murray getting it to the 35, 36-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the play, 3rd and mid-range.
Well, Murray was met about a yard north of the line of scrimmage, and he was met by Von Factor. Yet John Murray was able to carry him another 4 yards to give this Baldwin Wallace a manageable 3rd and 5.
Stokes, along with Tim Conwell, the receivers to the left. 2 receivers on the near side. Murray on the hip on the left side to Waymer. Waymer dropping, firing, pass, caught, 1st down. Vinny LeMayo coming in with a catch for BW.
LeMayo just running a skinny post, and Waymer putting the ball right on the money to move the sticks. So Yellow Jackets moving upfield with the football on their own 47. Adam, if you would have said this game would be 17-14 after Joey Marisek threw that second interception, would you have believed it?
Nope. Boy, what a play of the second half. All new life, the defense for BW coming up with big plays. Reese Waymer leading this offense. Murray again getting it, putting his head down close to the 50 and a 3-yard gain. He is the bull in a china shop running that football.
Jesse Val doing a good job coming up from his strong or free safety position to limit that run. They're going to say it's a 2nd and 8. Looked like he gained more than 2 yards on that play.
Absolutely. Jonah Schrock will be the tight end for the Yellow Jackets on the near side. They'll have 3 wide receivers to the far left of the field. Play clock down to 15. Game clock to 3:35. Waymer gets the shotgun snap on a run. He cuts upfield to the 50, breaks a tackle down to the 45-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 2 for BW in Mount Union territory.
Waymer, what a great athlete and feet. It looked like he was dead to rights, but he was able to just stick his outside foot in the ground, take it back to the inside, and pick up positive yardage.
3rd down and 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Waymer again going to run the football. He's going to be close to the 1st down.
Looks like he's going to get it. The linesman's coming in, and they're going to mark it a 4th down. I thought he got it.
They mark him at the 44-yard line. They need to get to the 43.
He wants a measurement. Coach Hilbert wants a measurement. I think they got it.
And I don't blame him. Are they going to get a measurement, or are they just going to do the timeout? Well, it looks like they're just going to get the timeout and no measurement. They're going to say they're a yard shy on the play, and not a generous spot that time by the official. 2:36 remaining in regulation.
Well, they initially had it marked at the 43. Now they're going to mark it at the 44.
Fourth down and 1 for the BW Yellow Jackets. Murray in the backfield. They stack the line of scrimmage. They put the tight end in motion.
I don't like the shotgun on 4th and short.
Handoff to Murray. 1st down as he gets it to the 40-yard line.
But when you got a workhorse like that, you're going to pick up the 1st down. Coming up on 2:15 to go here in the game, and
in regulation.
In regulation.
Empty backfield for Waymer and company. Waymer dropping back, looking, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to run. He gets hit, and he'll get taken down at the 36-yard line.
Going to be a gain of about 3.5. Coming up on a $1:50 to go. And the wind is blowing from the west to the east.
Clock continuing to run with 1:35 to go. Murray in the backfield. It'll be Waymer running the football, and he tries to throw the football. Boy, that could have been disastrous as he flipped the ball in the air, was knocked by a Mount Union player, and it goes incomplete.
Even though rather dangerous, it saves them some field position, because if he doesn't throw that ball away, he's going to lose about 5 yards.
And it stops the clock with 1:26 to go.
Great point. That's huge.
BW needs to get to about the 25-yard line. Saris's long is 37 yards this year on a field goal. And a timeout will be called by Mount Union. So looking at Dean Saris this year, he's 4 of 6 on field goals. He's 2 of 4 from 30 to 39, and his longest is of 37.
All right, so you figure they got to get to the 20 for him to match his long of his career.
And
that's another 16 yards.
So let's see. With the timeout, Mount Union holding on to a 17-14 lead. The eyes of the Ohio Athletic Conference on this game. Mount Union with an 8-0 mark in the conference. John Carroll 7-1, Baldwin Wallace 7-1.
Do you know how many people nationwide are on D3.com right now or the Ohio Conference website following this game?
And us on BWYellowJackets.com. Adam Mendoza along with Carmen Angelo, second half action. 3rd and 7 for Baldwin Wallace at the Mount Union 36. 3 wideouts to the near side, empty backfield for Waymer, who's come into the second half, 9 of 19 for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looking, firing, pass, caught, first down. The catch is made by Jake Novak again. Novak on the day, his 6th reception.
Waymer letting that ball fly before Novak even made his cut. Jake was able to spin his head around and at the last moment find the football and haul it in.
1st and 10 at the 28. Clock is down to 1:10. Waymer dropping back 3, stepping up in the pocket. He gets hit after a gain of 2 on the play.
And he was
each team with 2 timeouts left.
He was walloped by Mason McMillan on that play.
Clock under 50 seconds. 2nd and 8 at the 26. BW looking to throw. Downfield has Stokes open. He catches it at the 5.
And the Mount Union defensive back, Anthony Parker, he wants a pass interference play. He was motioning as if Stokes created some separation. I didn't see that. I just saw number 7 about 3 yards behind him on the boundary, and Waymer put the ball right on the money. So now you're looking at a 1st and goal for Baldwin Wallace from the 7-yard line.
36 seconds to go. BW with 14 unanswered points in the second half after Mount Union went up 17-0. Waymer has come out 11 of 21 for 127 yards, empty backfield. Waymer drops back 3, heavy rush. And we have an illegal procedure, false start. Boy, that hurts the Yellow Jackets. Instead of a 1st and 10 at the 7, 1st and goal at the 7, it'll be 1st and goal at the 12. Game clock reset to 36 seconds. 1st and goal to go at the 12-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Down by 3, well within field goal range of their kicker. Mount Union, the number 2 team in the nation.
Baldwin Wallace isn't looking for a field goal attempt here, Adam. They want to put the ball in the end zone.
Tight end in motion to the far side. They bring Murray to the near side. 1 in motion out of the backfield. Looking downfield, has a receiver wide open, and there should have been pass interference, and it is called. Pass interference on Mount Union on the pass into the end zone, and new life with 31 seconds remaining in the game. Baldwin Wallace will be knocking on the door.
Is that going to put the ball on the 1-yard line? Or is that half the distance?
Well, let's get the official ruling. Wow, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal to go for BW at the 2. They've got 4 cracks at the end zone.
And they still have 2 timeouts left, so it's not imperative that they throw the football.
31 seconds to go. A 26-game win streak on the line against BW. Murray getting it. Going down to the 1-yard line with 25 seconds to go. And a timeout called by BW. It'll be 2nd and goal to go at the 1. Hold on to your seats, folks. This one is going down to the wire.
Actually, the ball inside the 1.
Game clock will be reset at 26 seconds. It'll be first or second and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
Now, imperative, Baldwin Wallace does not jump. They don't need to give 5 freebies up here with a false start.
The last Yellow Jacket victory in Berea was in 1991, which was also the last time the Purple Raiders lost an OAC road game. BW won that by a score of 21-18. We have a score of 17-14 right now. Last time BW won against Mount Union, 1994. On first and goal to go, or second and goal to go, at the 1, it'll be Waymer coming in with a touchdown. BW takes the lead with 22 seconds to go.
Great call. Everybody was selling out for a run by John Murray. Now you're going to have excessive celebration called on Baldwin Wallace, but everybody was selling out on that Mount front with John Murray getting the football. Waymer pulled it right out of his belly and took it across the goal line.
What a second half for Reese Waymer. 2 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. And BW goes up 20-17 over Mount Union. Again, the last BW win, 1994, when it knocked off Mount Union 23-10 in Alliance. Last time Mount Union lost here was 1991. I would have been okay with just saying excessive celebration, but the official really went into it and said for taking a photograph in the end zone.
Well, you have the photographers in the end zone, and after Waymer scored, he took a knee, and he was acting as if he was taking a picture of the photographers.
Looking to make it a 21-17 lead. Snap, set, kick is drilled through the uprights. 21-17. BW, 21 unanswered points in the second half of action.
Adam, 21 unanswered points from about the 3-minute mark, 3-minute left mark in the third quarter to now.
Now BW just has to make sure that they get good kick coverage. 22 seconds remaining in the contest. BW 21, Mount Union 17. Tomorrow is Selection Sunday in Division III in the NCAA. A win by BW is going to throw everything into chaos.
Baldwin Wallace is a playoff team. Baldwin Wallace should be in, Carroll should be in, Mount should be in, but they never give 3 nods or 3 bids to the Ohio Conference.
Or even 2 bids to the OAC.
I mean, you have seen in recent years John Carroll and Mount Union both make it, but in those years, Baldwin Wallace could have easily been the 3rd, or Ohio Northern been the 3rd, or Heidelberg.
Well, the excessive celebration penalty will put the football back at the 20-yard line. That'll have the returnmen for Mount Union back at their 20 and 25.
Look for him to squib this.
It'll be Ben Hughes getting ready for the kickoff. High end over end kick. Fair catch will be called at the 26-yard line. The fair catch being made by Orion Finley. 22 seconds left. Now BW just has to watch for the deep route.
Well, look for Mount to try and throw a pass completion to about midfield. Now they've got 2 timeouts left.
They need to score a touchdown. A field goal will do them no good. 21 unanswered points in the second half for the BW Yellow Jackets. They'll rush 3, send 8 back. Plunk looking underneath. The catch is made by DeAndre Parker for a 9-yard gain, actually a 10-yard gain. That'll stop the clock with 15 seconds to go and a timeout is called by Mount Union.
Yeah, Mount Union no choice but to call that timeout.
15 seconds remaining. 21-17, BW with the lead. Adam Mendoza along with Carmen Angelo. We are so glad to have you along here on BWYellowJackets.com. What a game. Mount Union jumped out to a 17-0 first half lead going into the third quarter. The Yellow Jackets making a quarterback change from Marasic to Reese Waymer. He comes in 11 of 21 for 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown in the second half. 21 unanswered points for BW.
You know what, Adam, the way that Waymer's performed, I mean, I'm not around either of these programs much, but why didn't Waymer start this game? I know hindsight's 20/20.
16 seconds to go. Defense is the call. Echeverry getting it, trying to get out of bounds, and he does at the 47-yard line with 11 seconds to go.
So right now, maybe throw about a 12-yard comeback and get yourself some more field position to allow Braxton Plunk to fire the ball into the end zone.
Plunk, 26 of 44 for 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's going to look to throw underneath to Echeverry. Echeverry running for that sideline, gets out of bounds and picks it up with 4 seconds remaining in the contest. Now they got to go long.
You're going to see Baldwin Wallace rush 3. Mount's going to burn its final timeout.
What a game here in Berea in a rain-mixed snow. The Yellow Jackets down 17-0 at one point in this game. 21 unanswered points as they lead at 21-17 on the arms and legs of Reese Waymer. Waymer in the game, 9 carries, 31 yards, 11 of 21 passing for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I'll tell you, I don't know how much a ticket cost. Let's say it's $10. You're not going to find better entertainment in Northeast Ohio or the state of Ohio than what you've seen right here.
Carmen, you and I have been doing football games for many, many years, and we love D3 college football, and this is why.
Adam, the Horseshoe's great. The Big House is great. Notre Dame Stadium's great. You give me a D3 atmosphere on a brisk, chilly day with snow and rain falling like we have here, I'll take this 10 times out of 10.
Plunk is going to look to throw. They've got 4 out there looking to throw downfield. Pass is going to be, oh my God, it was off the head of a BW player and into the hands of Mount Union, and they win with no time left. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it?
Adam, I haven't seen a game like that, or end of a game like that in my life. That was crazier than Cal Stanford in 1982.
Oh my goodness. BW, all they had to do was knock the ball down. It went off ahead of a defender
right into
the hands
of Wayne Ruby.
Wayne Ruby coming up with the game-winning touchdown. 23-21, Mount Union escapes.
I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. Adam, that's the craziest end of a football game I've seen in my life. I've been on this planet 53 years. All you got to do, like you said, knock it down. Somehow the BW defender allowed it to hit him on the crown of the helmet.
It was elation for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. 1 play left with 4 seconds, and it turns into total dejection for the Yellow Jackets, jubilation for Mount Union as they pull off the miracle of miracles.
And Adam, I think Wayne Ruby may be injured. There is a host of people, looks like EMS personnel around him. The whole team basically jumped on him in celebration.
What a heartbreaking loss for BW today. 23-21, 4 seconds away from breaking a 26-game losing streak to Mount Union. And the play of plays.
Braxton Plunk, he was just simply trying to get the ball to the end zone. He was well short. He threw that ball down to about the 12.
Carmen, you said it. We've seen football games for a long time together. We've called football games for a long time together. We were there when Tom Arth and John Carroll were going against Mount Union at Bedford Bearcat Stadium, and that went to the bitter end. This one,
I've never seen a game like the end like this. Never in my life. I don't care what age group. All right, Wayne Ruby, fortunately, is up on his feet. He literally was squashed by his teammates just out of entire jubilation and shock. But he's up, and hopefully he's okay. But, yeah, Adam, you talk about that John Carroll game with Tommy Arth at Bedford Stadium. That was a crazy game. We've done a lot of very entertaining games in essentially 32 years. I can tell you, never have I done a game like this with you. Never in my life have I seen a game end like this.
Final score, Mount Union 23, Baldwin Wallace 21. If you're a Yellow Jacket fan, yes, it is absolute dejection. If you're a college football fan, oh my.
I don't know what to say. You know what? God had a plan. That's all I can say. For me to come to this game, not knowing that you were broadcasting the game and simply an announcement from the public address announcer saying that you were broadcasting the game, I decided to come up here. And then to be able to call the second half with you and do this, that was amazing.
Yes, it was. It was absolutely amazing, and the folks here were treated to one whale of a football game. Mount Union coming up, 4 seconds remaining, a 52-yard touchdown pass. They win the ball game 23-21. We're going to call it, and we're going to end it here. There's no more. There's no other words that we can use.
I want to say one thing, Waymer. Look, again, I'm not around these programs much, but Waymer's got to be the starting quarterback if indeed they make the playoffs. And this Baldwin Wallace team should make the playoffs. I mean, this is their third loss, correct?
Actually, it is their.
Obviously, I didn't prep for this game because I didn't know I was
It's their third loss and second loss in the OAC.
Okay, 2 losses in conference, third loss overall. I don't care. If you show me 64 teams better than this Baldwin Wallace team, I'll grant you that. But you're not nationwide. Baldwin Wallace should be in the playoffs.
That'll wrap things up here. For Carmen Angelo, I'm Adam Mendoza. The final score and a wild one at the end. Mount Union comes from behind 23-21 to defeat Baldwin Wallace to stay that number 2 team in the country. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining us on BWYellowJackets.com.